Hey everybody, Carrie Portell here. I have received a few emails and messages wondering if I was okay, and I apologize that I basically just kind of stopped interacting on social media. Not really due to the COVID quarantine situation. I've been going through some personal transitions that I emotionally have not been able to handle as well as I usually do. And it's really been disappointing and frustrating that I am having such a difficult time. So, most of you know that this past January, I had my 13th surgery from the car crash that I was in 9 years ago. And it was a simple surgery. It was just removing the metal out of my left ankle. And unfortunately, having that surgery reignited my flare-ups, something awful. The pain that I have from my nerve damage has just skyrocketed, and I've actually reverted back to my first few years of recovery to where my down days, like my flare-up days, they used to be just maybe 1 to 2 days. And I've gone back to those first few years of recovery where it is like 11 days. And that is so disheartening for me. And it has been since that last surgery, pretty much starting, sometime in February. And to be down that long for someone who, like, my mind, it needs to be busy. And I hadn't been able to get outside due to the weather. And unfortunately, it is time for me to transition over from part-time wheelchair use to more of a full-time wheelchair use. So since March, I have been using the wheelchair 90% of the time, which has also been disheartening. And I really don't know why I'm having such a hard time with it, because once I was able to walk, my surgeon said, one, we're surprised this is even happening, but maybe you'll have 8 to 10 years to walk part-time before you're going to need full-time wheelchair use. And I guess my goals were just always concentrated on taking care of my health so much and continuing to walk, knowing that this period would be sometime in the future and not now. Just kind of hit me pretty hard, kind of threw me for a loop that, hey, we reached that point. And I always thought that I was going to go past those 8 to 10 years, and I'm smack dab in the middle of it. And I know it's not the end of the world, but yet it still hurts. It still hurts. So I along with that, I don't know what that's going to do for my speaking business. It was difficult to travel alone before. Traveling in a wheelchair alone is much more difficult, especially when you have to go through the airport. And I think I've just kind of lost my path. I lost my motivation. I lost a little bit of my grit, kind of floundering around, not knowing where I'm going. Coupled with that, my youngest child graduated from high school this year and is moving out, which is a big life transition in itself. And so I have that whole transition of, going from this total mom phase of 4 kids graduating and moving out very quickly, one after another, because they're so close in age, to empty nest syndrome. And I thought that I was going to have my speaking business to kind of fill up that gap. And of course, with COVID-19, all in-person speaking has been canceled for the entire year of 2020. So that is out. Not knowing where I'm going right now has just been quite an issue. And I have not done any type of farming work due to the increase in my pain for the last over 5 months, almost 6 months. And to not have some kind of focus or accomplishment has really been wearing on the old brain here, on the mind, and definitely the spirit. So the last couple of weeks, since it's been getting warmer in Missouri, and you know, every so often the rain stops. Like today, I have to sit outside because the rain has actually stopped. I've been able to take the ranger out and go visit the cows, look them over, and just start making a little bit more of a contribution that way. So I just wanted to give you guys a little heads up of, I didn't just totally quit. I'm just working through some stuff, and I just didn't have it in my heart. I didn't have the words, I guess, before now. I didn't have the ambition to talk to anybody about it. So that's where I'm at. I do hope to see more of you in the future and interact a little bit more. So until next time.